What's up? This is Beatnick Dee. I'm here in Leimert Park today with Pixelsnare Media on behalf of Trez Records, about to interview Kos, aka Cash is King. How's it going,
Thanks for having me.
Alright, so start off by telling us about your name, how you got your name, and explain your sound to us, man.
Oh, that's actually an interesting story. I started off rapping on the internet, so I started off as Holocaust. You know, and they had what they call tech seeds. Like we didn't like rap and audio like before I even knew how to like verbally deliver my shit. So it was more like poetry, but you would battle on the net. So I was Holocaust, and then as I started to progress as an artist, I wanted to have a name that, you know, everybody could relate to, and I didn't want to offend a whole group of people, you know. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna drop the Holo, and Kos has a lot of meaning to me too, because, you know, like it represents change, it represents evolution. Like the dollars, a lot of people think the dollar signs are like some like, you know, like, yo, I'm a big chain rocket.
You had it for a while though, right? You had the dollars.
Yeah, to the point now where like I want to drop it and go with 2 S's, but it's just like, fuck it, you know, it's CO double dollar sign. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. So yeah, you know, Kos came from Holocaust, and people started calling me Kos, you know, because I dropped the Holo and I was going by COST, and then but people were always saying Kos, and people would spell it COS. They would leave the T off, so I just started going double dollar sign.
Alright, man. You know? So your debut album, Before I Awoke, tell us about that, man. When's it coming out?
It drops June 21st on Trez.
June 21st, official date.
You know, it's just a project that's very personal. You know, it took me 3 years to complete it. You know, I've been working on it since 2007. So, and you know, production from J83, Phonetic Symbol, Beatnick Dee. You know, it's just Before I Awoke pretty much represents like where I am in life, just trying to find myself, like before I come into like a full understanding. Like I kind of related to sleep with, you know, like consciousness and, you know, like being half awake, sleepwalking, like all those things that I tie into Before I Awoke. So, you know.
Okay. So who you got featuring on the album?
It's pretty much just fam, Aloe Black, Blue, Scene, Sean Jackson, and I think that's it.
Yeah. And so tell us who you got producing on Before I Awoke.
Phonetic Symbol, coming out of Iceland. I got Beatnick Dee, of course, Transformer, Exile, of course, has the B-side to the first single. The first single is Spaceman, produced by Phonetic Symbol. J83 gave a huge contribution. I really feel like the core sound of the album comes from J83 and Phonetic, and everything else is kind of built around that. You know, Knowledge, you know, crazy contribution, one of my favorite songs on the project. I leave anybody off as far as production. I don't want to forget
Chief,
anybody.
right?
Oh, DJ Player Hayes, of course, and Chief got 2 songs on there. You know, so what I love about the project production-wise is that I feel like it really represents where I want to take my sound sonically, and like how I want to really like represent Kos. And I don't feel like, you know, like anyone's really coming out with like that exact sound, and I feel like all the producers really helped it. You like if you heard it, you could actually think it was produced by one producer. Yeah. You know, so I really like the cohesiveness of the project. My plan was to like knock it out in a month. You know, like I'm gonna knock out, you know, like because I signed at Trez and I was gonna knock out the solo project, and it kind of evolved because at first it was called Church of the Good Beat, then it was called Church of the Tainted Saint, then it evolved to Before I Awoke. And like the most memorable thing is that it took so damn long, because, you know, like when I finally turned it in, it was 2010, you know, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like I signed to the label in 2008, like I planned to turn it in a month later. I remember Chicago was like, so you have it up to us about 2 months? I'm like, yeah, 2 months. And Chicago's been super cool about that shit too, man. Like he understands that this is my first project, and like I've just been like, it's pretty much been the same album, like 16 songs, you know, and then like other shit would come in and shit would get taken off. I remember Blue was like, yo, you done had the album done for like 7 years and shit, like you got 16 albums. Like, so yeah, that's the most memorable thing, is just like the process, like, and learning from that. Like the next project will never take that long again. Like, you know, I still take my time and make sure it's right, but you know. Yeah,
it's gotta be done the way it needs to be, man.
Can't be obsessed with
what are your favorite songs on the album, and like for what reasons?
Potash, you know, like I'm just gonna go with pops right into my head. You know, Potash is probably so personal to me because that was the first song I wrote. You know, Potash was actually supposed to be from my solo record with Exile. You know, and it was a record that, you know, like I referenced my pops in it. You know, it's just like a personal record to me, and a lot of the lines are kind of abstract in a way where you almost have to be me to know exactly what I'm talking about. But I still feel like people can relate to it and take from it what they take from it. So But Potash is one of my favorite records. I like Spaceman, of course.